The day Jesus was crucified, he was hanging on the cross. The Son of God was bleeding. And in that moment, somewhere in the shadows, Satan was smiling because he thought he had finally won. In this video, we are going to examine the evidence of Satan's presence and ask the question, why would he smile at the cross? Now, the truth is, the Bible never directly says that Satan smiled at Jesus' crucifixion, but there are certain passages that strongly suggest his involvement. For example, in the Gospel of Luke 22, verse 53, Jesus says, "This is your hour when darkness reigns." Here, darkness represents evil power, Satan. It suggests that in that moment, it seemed like evil was in control. Another verse is Gospel of Luke 22, verse 3. Satan entered Judas. This shows that Satan was directly involved in the betrayal of Jesus through Judas. So when we look at these verses together, it becomes clear that Satan was actively working during the crucifixion, and his presence was very real. Now let's talk about why Satan smiled at Jesus on the cross. We all know the story, how Judas betrayed Jesus and how that betrayal led to his crucifixion. But if we truly stop and analyze that moment, Golgotha was covered in darkness. The atmosphere was heavy, unsettling. People were mocking Jesus, laughing at him, challenging him to save himself. Even the Roman soldiers stood there, watching the suffering unfold. And to the world, it looked like defeat. Now understand this, Satan is not just a person. He represents rebellion against God. His goal has always been the same, to spread evil, to separate humanity from God. From the very beginning, he introduced sin into the world. We see this in the story of Adam and Eve, where deception led to separation. And throughout history, every time God moved to save humanity, Satan tried to interfere, to corrupt, to destroy. And now, at the cross, look at the situation. The innocent Son of God was dying. His followers were broken, scattered. Hope seemed lost. Everything looked finished. And in that moment, Satan thought he had finally won. But here's the truth. No one can fully understand or predict God's plan. And this is where the greatest twist begins. Every prophecy, every promise from the Old Testament was being fulfilled. Jesus was not forced. He willingly chose to sacrifice himself. And through that sacrifice, he revealed his true nature. Satan didn't realize he was actually helping fulfill God's plan.